So let's go and see how we can go and create a AWS organization. So for that, can just go and type organizations, and service to open AWS organization will open up over here. So the moment I click on AWS organization, I'll be taken to the service of organization. So right now I am the root ID which is already created over here. Now if I want to go and add an account, so AWS says that you have gone here and they have sent the account. So let's right now go. If you want, you can go and view. So also you can try the new console. So let's do that. So on the address bar itself, you can see AW console aws.amazon.com/organizations slash v2. So that is how you know that you are into the new terminal. So these are the services, or these are the users over here. That happens to be your account ID, and that happens to be your email over here. So you have the access to the services and whatever services you have over here. So once you keep on adding them by going into inside your services, you can go and enable them. So right now we have enabled it for CloudTrail, and we have enabled it for this. So if in case you want to go and give access like RAM access or a license manager access, or maybe a single sign-on, or the systems manager directory service config, you can go and just enable that service. So if you go and enable the access over here, so this service will also be enabled to other AWS accounts if required. So right now we went and did it for the directory service. That is why it says access enabled over here. So let's go and just do it for the AWS Marketplace license tool also. So and click on enable trusted access, and you should be good. So now if you go back to your services, you will see that whatever services you have enabled over here, it goes and enables those services alone. Also in this case, as you can see, my organization ID has a specific ID over here, O hyphen and the ID. Now let's go back to the AWS account, and we can see that we do have a user. Also, if you want to add an external user, you can do that. For that, you can either go and invite an existing account, or you can go and create a AWS account over here. So as you can see, you generally get a mail like this that AWS needs to verify the email address, and you can click on verify your email address, and that's going to go and verify the AWS organization email for you. So let's just get that done. So this step is important for the root user and the first time. So once it has been all verified, you can go and add an account, which can either be via invite account, or you can go and create a AWS account inside this organization. So in this case, you can go and give an email ID and the name. So let's call this account as, let's say, developer-1, and you can give a email address which is associated with that particular user. So let's get that part. So I do have a email ID which is over here, and if you have a name, you can give a organization name in this. So let's say developer organization. So let's go and give that role name over here, and click on create. And this user is going to get a email in this case, and they will have to just go and verify that. So once they go and verify that, in that case they will have whatever access you gave to them, the same will be visible to them also. So in this case, if you want to show anything that has actually failed, it can show up over here. So that's how you can go and create the accounts inside your AWS console. Now there is one more way over here. So what can be done is, yes, so what can be done in this case can be that you can also go and organize the accounts. So in this case, whatever users are there, it will all try to show up over here itself. Then you can go and create the policies. Now these policy are the SCPs, like we talked about, the service control policies. If you click on SCP and you have right now just one, which is full AWS access, which basically goes and gives access to your complete AWS services. Alternatively, you can go to the policy, and then the same way how we worked on IAM, you can go and give that condition. So let's assume that you want to give access to EC2. So you just go for EC2 over here. Then in the next step, you will have to add whatever things you want to add inside EC2. So let's say right now I'm selecting all. So you see over here it becomes star. If you don't select all, in that case, you can select whatever services you want to give. Now this ideally is a good way by which you can go and give the access. So you don't give access to everything. However, just for ease purpose, I'm doing it like that, that I'm going and giving EC2 all the actions. Then alternatively, if you want, you can go and give the resources. So let's say resource, what type of resource inside EC2 you want to give, you can give that. Now if you put everything over there, it just goes and creates a star like this. So it means that everything is going to be accepted. You are free to go and edit it at any point of time, so you can do that. So action right now, everything, effect is you can make it either allow, or you can make it your uh, deny any one of them. So in this case, you cannot do that. So this can also happen if in case person is calling from a specific ID. So let's take a example. So in this case, let's go back and again create a policy. So let's call this policy as EC2 all description. Now, in this case, as I say, you can go and make it with effect as allow, and any other things will be just denied. So you can make it allow over here. So now if you want, in this case, you will also have to go and give the actions. So let's say I have chosen EC2 action and I have given all the action. Just have a look at this, how this is going to change automatically. So you are going and making a allow access for each and every one. Now if you want, you can even add a statement. If you want, you can remove a statement. Now in short, adding a statement means I can give access to EC2. Similarly, I can give access to, let's say, S3. Similarly, I can give access to IAM and so on. So once the policy is created, you can just click on create policy, which is going to create this particular policy, and it will start to show up over here inside your service control policy. So that's how you can go and make a connection with this. Before that, we go to the next one. Just have a look. So this is the mail that I got right now for this particular user ID. So they say that you can go and create the IDs, and you can go and create it via CDK or CLI, whatever way you want. So as per the ID and the password, this account also got the mail ID. So it's for this mail ID right now. So this account also has got access to your AWS account. So that's how you work on your AWS organizations. So let's go, this user ID developer one has been created. Let's go and give certain access to them. So for that, you can go to your policies again, and let's go to the SCPs, and let's go and create a policy. So let's call it as EC2, and for whatever policy you have, it can be for EC2, it can be for S3. So let's say S3 all, and let's say policy for all actions for S3. And then over here, you can go and choose the name of the service. Let's say I'm choosing S3 over here. And then it can be for whatever actions you have inside your S3. So you're free to choose any one of them, all actions over here. Then if you want to add a resource, you can do that. S3, I want it for all the resources, and click on add resources. Now there is one interesting scenario in which case you can go and do it via the condition. So these condition, let's say I'll only take it if the source IP matches for any value, and you can give your IP address. So IP address, let's say if I have to get my IP address, so this, and my IP address happens to be this at the moment. So I just go and give that IP address and click on add condition. So basically, if at all it matches in this IP, I can click on create policy, and I can see my S3 all policy is automatically over here. Now this, if you want, you can go for the account and you can just attach them to whatever user you want. So let's not do it at the root user, rather at developer one, whatever we had created, we have attached them. Similarly, EC2 all, if you want, you can go and directly attach it to whatever user you have created some time back. So, and or whatever user. So it's basically as easy as just going to your over here accounts and then adding it to the user. So whatever users it is attached to, it will show up on the top. Then next you have your organized accounts, where you can go and create, like you have your user IDs over here. You can have multiple user IDs over here, and if you want, you can go and create a new AU. So let's call the AU as, let's say, DB admins, or let's say data storage admins. So if you create a OU over here, then you will start to see that over here. So the data storage admins, if you want to add any one of them, you can do that by accounts, and then if you have any account, you can go there and you can add these accounts to that particular ID whatever you have created. So for that here, and then if you want, you can go and add an account. If you want, you can remove the account. You are free to choose and go to any of the OUs and add these users on that one. So that's how you can go and work on AWS organizations. You understand accounts, you understand the organized accounts, and you understand the policies. Now if in case you have an invitation from any external AWS account, that is going to show up inside your invitations. If you want to invite an account, you can click on invite account, and the same way how we did, you can give either the account ID, where it can be multiple account IDs, or it can be any of the nodes. Alternatively, you can also go and create an account, in which case everything will be tagged to your account, which happens to be over here. So these are the various ways by which you can go and work on your AWS organizations. We will now move to the quiz part, and after that we will move to the next topic.